share what you know. I wouldn't say a language.
Right, and like I said, it's your choice though.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. To piggyback something in, it's like at church, man. I miss singing. I miss it a lot.
You miss what?
I miss singing in church.
Well, will you do some singing here? Cause
You say he sung, he said he sang.
okay.
You actually sing it, brother.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I don't miss the preaching. I don't definitely miss none of the whatnot. So now that I'm learning a different way, do I hang out more in church and let the people see, what it is that I'm doing and how I'm living my life and this, that, and the other? Or
If you went just to hear singing, I mean that's up to you, and you leave after that,
that's they're gonna have problems
before they start passing the plate.
I'm talking about what's the difference in you popping on MTV and watching that singing? What you watching that for? A Beyonce video. Is that why you watching it? All I'm saying is that if you felt singing did something to you and it kept it clean to the point like that, that's something. The Most High just said, don't take events out of your life. He said, just take out the bad part of those events out of your life.
The leaven.
The leaven out of it, because the leaven is sin, and just a little bit of it do the whole lump. Now, if they're singing the rapture, you got to kind of look about what songs you're looking at. And we will get out of here before tribulation. We won't experience any of it all. Then you can't get so in tune with that because you know that ain't happening.
I can tell you used to go to choir practice.
No. What you saying, Murph? Go ahead. What you saying?
I'm saying, we talked about this before.
Right.
I mean, just, the way some of the sisters that sing, they can reach.
Right.
I mean, they sing now. I mean, I
You feel it in your spirit.
but I don't miss any
Other teaching.
of the other stuff.
Well, the bottom line, y'all, if we go to them churches to break them off, so to speak, and when you go, if there's 500 members in that church, they can't come down here. So if you go in there to break them off, you can't have in your mindset that those 500 members, if the pastor tell them, okay, y'all, he done broke me off good, we need to go where they studying. Where are they going to sit at? On the parking lot? Half of them over in the, we had to move this to the across the street in their parking lot. So what you're doing is when you're going there, you're looking to do what Paul did, convert the whole church. That way, if you're on that part of town, you go in there for that, or however it be. But going there ain't going to change or throw a spirit off on you unless you allow it to happen to you. And if your spirit or soul is weakened at that point, like this is why we're going to get into a little bit of this Romans 14 as well. What makes a brother weak? If that makes you weak to get in there, you just start trembling and you run up to the altar, then you probably going to have to stay away from around there. But Lot was ensued with evil, Sodom and Gomorrah all around him. And when you read that book of Jasher about what really used to go down in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was right there and kept his focus just like this, you should just see it and boil wood and just pull the shade down. But he kept the commandments. He ensued evil on a regular basis. He was in the world, but just wasn't part of it. Lots want to get on that. No, bro, man, don't do it so wickedly.
What's your daughter to get on? What's your daughter to get on? Get out of here.
Right.
All of that. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Right. And that was a day that what he's speaking of is that a man would take his wife and his daughter when they get into the city. Freaknik used to go on back then. They said when you get into it,
beds on the corner.
Beds on the street corner. I'm talking about just picture you driving down Kings Highway and Natural Bridge. And right there on the White Castle lot.
Somebody get it on.
It's a thorough demonstration.
Right. It's the salesman right there and somebody demonstrating.
You stop at the stoplight, you see her, she see you.
Right. What are you saying? I got to get that bed. No. So, y'all, we have to understand. So, you won't be wrapped up in this, y'all. We going to get wrapped up in it. But what we're talking about, there's no thing called location salvation. Ain't nowhere you can go to where you're going to be free of sin. And this is Satan's kingdom. Satan tempted Christ when he got here. So, if he tempted the master, what we look like thinking there's some place we can run to where there's less sin at. It's impossible. The whole world is filled with it.
So if I can actually see how Joseph worked directly for this man.
Right.
Now, and then if you read these people's theology, they will tell you we still can't understand how they dealt with demons on those days they were Egypt. Okay, but then we want to figure out family why they casting demons because they cooking a turkey.
Right. Well, look at this.
You know what I'm saying? There's no religious base for it. But I'm like, how can you equate the two of them together?
Well, when we talking about Joseph in Egypt, he was second in command. Pharaoh kept magicians around. Moses was raised up as an Egyptian. He used to deal with magicians every day. Every time he looked around, Moses. You know.
Or this one. Wow.
No, it didn't.
Now you said
right. It's all first travel and best travel.
Oh, y'all see that?
Yeah, right there. But y'all, we have to understand this stuff is all around us. There's nowhere we can get to that it ain't. But what we need to do is everywhere you look, when Christ told them, go out into the world and preach it, you think they was going out into people just waiting to hear it? Good, I'm glad y'all here. I've been holding off on sin. Well, you already been working. Right, you know what I'm saying?
We doing the same thing the Pharisees did when he started talking about Christ down with the publicans and the sinners.
Right.
He said, what I need to do with y'all for?
Right,
so,
and y'all hope.
So we doing that to each other. We the same as the Pharisees were.
Absolutely. You don't want to fall into Phariseeism where everything you look at somebody, you judge it. Because what's happening is all you're doing is setting up a pattern where it says and how you meet to somebody else is going to come right back on you. So all they're going to do is start watching you. And then they'll write yours down. And it's more detrimental for them to write yours down than it is for you to write theirs down because you supposedly supposed to know. And then they pop a list like this, pow, and it goes down to the floor. So yesterday, right here, doing this. Round the corner, you was doing that. So you want me to join what you're into with a list like this, and all you said I was doing was cooking a turkey. But look like you done. Okay, go ahead.
But this is to you. It's hard to go back. It's really hard to go to a funeral and to listen to the pastor talk because you really want to say something. And I know that you do this to me because my husband and I, we raised our children in church. And but once we found out the truth, it's just hard. It was just hard to go back and listen to that, even to the music. Because you just know it's just the same old things, every Sunday. It's so monotonous. And then when you're listening to this, it's something different every time.